Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 12, Text 6. Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kamha nirasisa.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Devotees.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Visrijo bhayata sangam.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate. Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Vrishyo bhavayata sangam.
Visrijo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate. Mata?
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Taveva charanam bhojam.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shreyas kama nirashisha.
Shriya bhavayata sangam.
Visrijo bhavayata sangam.
Munaya samupasate.
Munaya samupasate.
Taveva. Oh, no, sorry. Tava. Your. Eva.
Eva.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Charana ambojam.
Charanam bhojam.
Lotus feet.
Lotus feet.
Shreya kamaha.
Shreya kama.
Persons desiring the ultimate auspiciousness.
Person desiring the ultimate auspiciousness.
The ultimate goal of life.
The ultimate goal of life.
Nirashisha.
Nirashisha.
Without material desire.
Without material desire.
Visrija.
Visrijya.
Giving up.
Giving up.
Ubayata.
Ubayata.
In this life and the next.
In this life and the next.
Sangam.
Sangam.
Attachment.
Attachment.
Munaya.
Munaya.
Great sages.
Great sages.
Samupasate.
Samupasate.
Worship.
Worship.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Pure devotees, or great saintly persons, who desire to achieve the highest goal in life and who are completely free from all material desires, for sense gratification, engage constantly in the transcendental service of your lotus feet. Please repeat. Pure devotees,
Pure devotees,
or great saintly persons,
or great saintly persons,
who desire to achieve the highest goal in life,
who desires to achieve the highest goal in life,
and who are completely free
and who are completely free
from all material desires
from all material desires
for sense gratification,
for sense gratification,
engage constantly
engage constantly
in the transcendental service
in the transcendental service
of your lotus feet.
of your lotus feet.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. 1. In the material world, when he thinks, I am this body, and everything with reference to my body is mind, atto griyakshetra sutapta viter janasyo moho yam aham mameti. This is a symptom of material life. In the materialistic conception of life, one thinks, this is my house, this is my land, this is my family, this is my state, and so on. But those who are munayo, saintly persons, following in the footsteps of Narada Muni, simply engage in the total loving service of the Lord without any personal desire for sense gratification. Anyabilasita sunyam karmadi anana vritam. Either in this life or in the next, the only concern of such saintly devotees is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, they are also absolute because they have no other desires. They have no other desires. Being freed from the dualities of material desire, they are called Shreya Kama. In other words, they are not concerned with dharmas, religiosity, artha, economic development, or karma, sense gratification. The only concern of such devotees is moksha, liberation. This moksha doesn't refer to becoming one with the supreme like the Mayavadi philosophers. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that real moksha means taking shelter of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead. The Lord clearly explained in this fact while instructing Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wanted to correct the word Mukti Pade in Srimad Bhagavatam, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed him that there is no need to correct any word in Srimad Bhagavatam. He explained that Mukti Pade refers to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who offers mukti and is therefore called Mukunda. A pure devotee is not concerned with material things. He is not concerned with religiosity, economic development, or sense gratification. He is interested only in serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Verse again. Translation. Pure devotees, or great saintly persons, who desire to achieve the highest goal in life, who are completely free from all material desires for sense gratification, engage constantly in the service of your lotus feet. Namo Vishnu Padaya Ashri Pasya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Swab Devada Samiti Namo Sad Bhaktamane Manipur Vajeja Sopad la Sabani Prachai Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Devine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasyayane Yavishesha Sunyavani Paskati Avishati Vandeam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padamaram Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupa Sagratam Sahagana Ragunatam Tam 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 Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Lalita Shri Shakhanita E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kashana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, Lord Shiva, a pure devotee of the Lord, a great advanced Vaishnava, is trying to see, who is trying to meet, he is going to meet, actually, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, in order to have revealed to himself a certain aspect, a certain form of Vishnu, that is to say, Mohini Murti. Hare Krishna. Actually, Shiva is a very special person because he has, as we see here in the verse, in the story, he has the opportunity to go and meet directly, face to face, Lord Krishna. More or less, he is coming. My dear Krishna, I don't know what's going on here. Please explain to me what is going on. So imagine if we are just like aspiring devotees and go to just right like this in the spiritual sky and go, Krishna, please explain to me, reveal to me, please your form. Well, super, isn't it? Actually, yes, joke apart. This shows actually how Shiva's behavior is showing the path of devotional service. Lord Shiva is very humbly trying to inquire about devotional service, to inquire about spiritual life, and therefore is inquiring directly to the source of everything, that is to say, Lord Mukunda, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. And in this way, we should follow in the footsteps of Lord Shiva in this respect. And also, we see that Lord Shiva, when meeting Vishnu, Krishna, in the spiritual world, is acting as a perfect gentleman. Why so? Because you see, when you meet someone, definitely you speak about this person. You inquire about his health. How are you doing, Prabhu? How are you, Mataji? Is your life okay? And you inquire also about the members of the family also who are around the person concerned. And this is what we do actually, even in normal, I would say, karmi life, or in normal personal behavior, in usual life. What to speak on the spiritual realm, on the spiritual platform. And because you see, everything which is related to us pleases us. So when you speak to a Grihastha, for instance, the Grihastha will be very happy if you inquire about his little ones, or his family, or his good wife, or his good husband. And he's happy. And the Lord here is quite happy because Lord Shiva is putting the conversation, so to speak, about devotees. And devotees, they are, of course, very dear to Lord Krishna. They are his children. And therefore, to speak to Lord Krishna about his devotees is something which touches the heart of Lord Krishna. Of course, Krishna is above everything. And therefore, he is aloof. Still, when you speak to Lord Krishna about his devotees, he's very happy. He's very happy because devotees are very, very dear to Lord Krishna. And so here, Lord Shiva is actually describing the qualities of devotees, such as when you meet someone, you praise his children for instance, or his good wife, or his mom or dad. Your children are okay at school and so forth. and the dad or mom will be very happy to answer to such questions. And here, so Lord Shiva, he is praising devotees and is giving appreciation about devotees of the Lord. And he says in the verse, let's quote again, pure devotees are great earthly persons who desire to achieve the highest goal in life and who are completely free from all material desires for sense gratification, engage constantly in the total service of your lotus feet. And here is actually the definition of pure devotees and pure devotional service. And we could say there are hundreds of verses like this in Srimad Bhagavatam, even in Bhagavad Gita and in many other scriptures, practically speaking. Still, there is one verse, when I read that one, or this one, which remind me a very famous one, which comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. You may know this verse. It's from Canto 1, Chapter 7:10. Sutta uvacha atmaramacha munayo nirgranta api uru krame kurvanti aetukin bhaktim itam bhuta guno hari. All different varieties of Atmaramas, those who take pleasure in Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. This is a very famous verse, actually, which was quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to actually Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And so devotional service is the life and soul of the devotee of the Lord. Devotional service is what yes, this is the goal of life of the devotee, and any service is nice. Any service is nice because any service is the link between us and the personality of Godhead. Krishna is all attractive, and Lord Shiva, when wanting to inquire about a special form of Krishna, he was attracted by Krishna. He was attracted by this special form, Mohini Murti. And so this is actually also our path in devotional service. We come to Krishna consciousness because we are attracted. And Srila Prabhupada, in the beginning of his explanation of 10th Canto, Krishna book, he says that people, when they inquire about Krishna, at the very beginning of spiritual life, they may say, but who is this Krishna? And who is this little girl? Is this his girlfriend, Radharani, near him? And this is why the Krishna book is made for, to give all details about Krishna and his pastimes, his devotees, his pure devotees. And Krishna books, in one sense, give all the details, and Srila Prabhupada explains that if you want to meet Krishna, I can give you his address, his telephone number, and so forth. Mm-hmm. So we said that devotional service is the life and soul of the devotee. And Srimad Bhagavatam gives definition of pure devotional service. This is a situation, there is a verse, Save pumso palo dharmo, satovasi alok seje, aetuki apratiata, yayatma suprasilati. pure devotional service is constant and uninterrupted and gives pleasure to the heart. So devotional service is uninterrupted. When I was at the Bhakta course, one explained to me the various aspects of devotional life, and devotional service starts from the very beginning of the day. We were explained by our Bhakta leader that immediately you step from bed, immediately obeisances. Even you are not clean, even so you think of Krishna immediately. And I remember it was at Bhaktivinoda Manor when we were all in Gamsha in the shower. Everyone in the bathroom was even not clean or going to take shower. Everyone was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. In the bathroom. It was incredible. There were 20 devotees or even 30 devotees at that time. It was so mad. Immediately you are absorbed in Krishna consciousness right in the bathroom. After going to the bathroom, immediately you see a devotee. Old, not old, senior, not senior, junior, or not junior, immediately obeisances. Immediately, this is a step. Immediately you meet a devotee. This is what I was taught in the Bhakta course. Immediately you see a devotee, you don't care, you don't mind. Immediately obeisances. Please, Prabhu, accept my obeisances. Always Sushya Prabhupada. And definitely it creates a very special atmosphere because it shows immediately respect. So actually, devotional service it takes all the aspects of our life. And one day, a spiritual master saw a devotee who actually didn't brush his teeth. You didn't brush your teeth, so you are an impersonalist. Why so? You see, because when you perform devotional service, you are performing devotional service for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you should be always in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you should be paka in every aspect of your life. If you go to at the Palais de l'Élysée to meet the President of Republic, you are going to be paka. You will put a tie, shirt. Well, nowadays even these things are given up. This is Kali Yuga, but still, when you are supposed to meet a very special person, you dress nicely. You take two showers instead of one. you brush your teeth. You shave up. You comb your hair and everything. So, to meet Lord Krishna, in every aspect of life, you should be paka all the time. So, if you don't brush your teeth, yes, you are an impersonalist because you haven't realized that you're performing service for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, it shows that for you, after all, he is not. You don't care. And we have to see that Lord Krishna is in the heart of everyone. So Krishna here, okay, he is in his Archa Vigraha form, fine, good enough for the devotees to always remember him in such a wonderful respect, but still in the heart of everyone, and in the heart also of every living entity. So therefore, it means that, in one sense, without being an impersonalist, of course, we have to consider everyone as an emanation or a representation of Krishna. Of course, we have for a devotee, he has to know that we consider as a representative of Krishna, but not Krishna himself, of course. Otherwise, this is impersonalism. But still, if you appreciate everyone as a representative of Krishna, it makes a whole difference. This is why a devotee of Krishna is going to be a perfect gentlewoman or a perfect gentleman. And this is why the devotees are accepted and are appreciated. You see, even in every ordinary life. You see, and the qualities, yes. Actually, and this is a point. The devotee is supposed to be to chant Hare Krishna in the very humble state of mind. And therefore, to be humble means that we should consider everyone as more advanced than us. Oh. What does it mean? And of course, we may put the question to our spiritual master or to a higher authority. So I should consider the butcher in his shop, the one who is cooking chicken in the kebab, as a pure devotee and more advanced than me. Oh, how to understand? Yes, we should consider. Why so? Because we have to consider the qualities of such a person. You see, such a person, even a butcher, is so eager, so absorbed, unfortunately, in his demoniac quality. If his demoniac qualities are in his demoniac activities, just imagine that he is so absorbed in his quality, in his activities, and he puts the same energy to engage in devotional service. Yes, he can do greater things, even bigger things, even the one we may do. So this is why we have to consider everyone as a pure representative of the Lord. Although, of course, we have to consider the stages of bhakti, and in the Shastras, it is the various levels of bhakti are nicely explained, and there is the usual comparison between bhakti and mango. Bhakti is compared to a mango. A mango will always remain a mango. Mango is a nice fruit. It may be green, less green, and even ripe, like a juicy, ripe mango. But at every stage of the mango can be used. Is useful. Green mango can make wonderful chutney. Not chutney, actually, achar. There is a little difference. Achar may be very pungent, very salty. Chutney is more sweet, very sweet. This is the definition of chutney, very sweet. Very sweet that you just cannot resist from taking it, but so strong that when you take it, it's a little too much for you. Still, yes, devotional service can be compared to a mango. Green mango is always a mango. And a devotee, even though he is not so, let's say, so advanced, he has not so many years or even months in devotional life, still is a devotee. And we can see, actually, in the life of a temple, how when there is a team of new devotees, because they don't know so much about the philosophy, they discover everything, just like children, you see, who are just grown up and they discover the world. So when you see a team of new devotees in temples, in Mayapur, there are always a team of new devotees, 20 even, 30 sometimes. They are all shaved up and they discover, they are so eager, so they give such a spirit. They are very enlivening, even for little older devotees, because we see how they are happy to discover, they are young, they are fresh, they want to do something for Krishna. And for, let's say, older devotees, they even take inspiration from such young devotees who are really ready to conquer the world for their spiritual master and for Lord Krishna. This is very inspiring. So, green mango, young devotees. Then, ripe mango, older devotees who are supposed to know more about spiritual life. They are supposed to be to know more shastras and to have more experience. Yes, this is very juicy. This is very nice. But also, you see, mango can deteriorate after sometimes. Devotees who is really in devotional service but starts to think, you see, I've got 20 years or something in Krishna consciousness. So you see, you see, it is said in the scriptures that we should respect devotees, especially senior devotees. So of course, therefore I'm senior devotee, you should respect me. Well, this is not really how we should behave, definitely. No, the fruit can deteriorate, it can become bad if it is not really, if it's not put in the right place. So mango is definitely the symbol of devotional service, but we like to have a juicy mango, that is to say, devotional service which is nicely developed and nicely ripened. Yes, ripened. So here there is a reference to the conversation in the purport. There is a reference to the conversation between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And actually, this is very nice to see the behavior of Lord Chaitanya, who actually is Lord Krishna himself, appearing in the guise of a devotee. And we can definitely take inspiration from Lord Chaitanya, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a senior devotee. He was the chief of the impersonalists in Jagannath Puri, and therefore he is an authority. He has not understood everything, or he's playing the role of someone who has not understood everything as far as devotional service is concerned, but still he is an authority. And he is a senior devotee. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya is approaching him with great humility. And he's taking the position of a very junior devotee. And therefore, this is a way to approach a spiritual authority and to get actually his mercy. A devotee at every stage of his spiritual development will always be, let's say, thankful to more senior devotees than him. And this is a way actually to get some inspiration in spiritual life and to get the mercy of Krishna. Because there is always a devotee who is senior to us, and there is, of course, the spiritual master. And the spiritual master has got also a spiritual master, and this leads us to Guru Parampara. And actually, the devotee of the Lord is very much concerned to perform devotional service in Guru Parampara. That is to say, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas, previous authorities. The day after tomorrow, I believe there will be the Vyasa Puja of a great authority here in France, a wonderful devotee of the Lord, who is actually such a nice devotee because he's an acharya. And the acharya is the one who teaches by his example. And this devotee is a very nice acharya. He's perfect acharya. Acharya, the one who shows by his example. We see that in Kali Yuga, the so-called leaders, they are very expert in giving you all kinds of instructions. You should do this, you should do that, but they will never do themselves. But the perfect leader, the perfect acharya, is one who is showing who is teaching by example. For instance, when the sannyasi is saying to others, you should distribute books, fine. But the sannyasi also himself is in the first line to do so. And we have, of course, examples here in Paris. And we see actually that not only in Paris, but quite a good number of senior devotees, they still teach by example, distributing books. We have a few sannyasis like this in ISKCON, who after 40 years, 50 years of ISKCON, they are still distributing books in the streets with other devotees. Why so? Because actually, bhakti, coming back to bhakti, is so nice, so sweet, that even it may seem to be very tough, physically speaking, to be in the snow, in the cold, or in full summer when the sun is hot. It's maybe physically disturbing, physically tough, difficult, but when you are absorbed in Krishna consciousness, you forget everything about your, let's say, physical limitations. The power of bhakti is so strong. The pujari on the altar, when he is performing service on the altar, is so absorbed in serving the murti that definitely he doesn't think of anything else. And actually, it is very, for the devotees who are a little weak in devotional service, who have some materialistic tendencies, it is recommended to perform puja, arti, because it really cleanses all kinds of unclean desires that you may have in the heart or in the mind, in the crazy mind. You see? So this is the power of devotional service. You find it serving the Archa Vigraha, you find it distributing books, you find it in the kitchen, you find it everywhere actually. And my spiritual master used to say, oh, you are cleaning the temple. This is actually, I tell you, Prabhu, the most important service in Krishna consciousness. You are cleaning the temple, this is the most important service. You are performing the arti? Oh yes, I tell you, this is the most important service. Distributing books? Oh la la. You don't imagine, you have the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. This is the most important service. You're cooking for Krishna? Oh, definitely, this is the most important service. So everything is the most important service for Krishna, provided we perform it in the right mood, and we always think of Krishna, and we never forget him. And this is the motto of actually every religion, every let's say authentic faith, that always think of Krishna, of the Lord even, and never forget him. And even the Christians, they say, you shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your act even. So this is a Christian message to the world, and this is actually our message to the world. This is a message of the Acharyas. This is the message of Srila Prabhupada, and we try to perform at our level the service, the devotional service for the pleasure of the devotee, for the pleasure of Lord Krishna, and we hope to go back home in this way, back home, back to Radha. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Questions or comments?
Comments?
You gave the analogy of the green mango
Yes,
and how new devotees are green mangoes,
yes,
with the potential of becoming a good ripe mango.
yes.
Sometimes we see that management, they're not very expert with these green mangoes, and they might turn them into very uneatable people. So how can we prevent? How can we should we train these new devotees to be able to have some tools to discern whether they're being trained or they're being abused? Or should we train the leaders and make sure that they're not abusing their power? What should we do, Prabhu?
Actually, every difficulty in spiritual life, to my humble realization, comes from not chanting nicely Hare Krishna, and especially japa. So definitely our leaders, if they have some tendency to abuse their power, not to behave in the nice Vaishnava behavior we expect from them, this is because, sorry to say, they don't chant. They run nicely. Of course, it is always the same thing, always the same recipe. We always have to come back to the source of everything, that is to say Srila Prabhupada's teachings and his example. And it is true that when we say or initiation vows, we are supposed to give or to say that we are going to chant 16 rounds a day, but this is 16 rounds minimum. And so to come back to your questions, Mataji, yes, all leaders they should be trained definitely, and this is why actually ISKCON is taking, I think, initiative in this matter. To my understanding, in Sridham Mayapur or other places, there is training for spiritual masters, there is training for grihasthas, there is training for sannyasis, temple presidents, and so forth. And it is true that devotees of a certain level or for a certain service, they should meet each other, interact themselves in order to exchange to share their ideas, their realizations about devotional service, and this is the best way. Therefore, we always come back to the same recipes given by Srila Prabhupada. Chant nicely your runs with a strong absorption, and more than 16. If you have 10 years of 20 years of Krishna consciousness, sorry to say, you should chant 20 or 30 rounds every day. This should be normal and not a special thing. Just normal. That's it. But nicely also. And actually, Janananda Maharaj, he said one day that 64 rounds is not for actually preachers. 64 to chant 64 rounds should be for grihastas. Because grihastas they have such a tendency to material pleasure that in order to purify the heart they should chant 64 rounds. For preachers, maybe a little less. But still anyway, always the same recipes, chant nicely rounds, share with devotees. We are performing Sankirtan Yagya. Sankirtan, that is Yagya together. Sankirtan Yagya. Yagya together. And of course, the Yuga Dharma, the Yagya for this age, is chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. And I remember one day, there was one spiritual master who was criticized by some of his disciples, and this is very bad actually, very bad to have a spiritual master criticized by his disciples who approached the GBC saying, "Oh, you see, my spiritual master, I don't think he's really chanting his rounds." Wow, this is a tough matter. But the spiritual master was heard by the GBC. And the GBC told him, "Okay, Maharaj, you should now chant your rounds in front of Srila Prabhupada every day, in front of everyone." And the spiritual master, who was very humble devotee, "Okay, no problem, Prabhus, Maharaj, I will chant my rounds in front of everyone every day, in front of Srila Prabhupada." This was in Shuddha Mayapur actually. And this shows the humility of the devotee, who is always wanting to improve himself, although he may have such an exalted position as a guru in ISKCON. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavan Ki Jai. All glories to the advanced devotees. Everyone is advanced devotees to his level. Haribol, Hare Krishna.